be interesting to see when this starts to track over.
I wonder, yeah. And I don't know if my experiment is very good because I don't have a lot on, but I think I'll just leave it just to see. Because almost all these dives lately, once we get into this 300-meter area, we just get ripped off to the side.
That way. Quite an eventful morning. You guys looked like you were doing surgery out there under the tarp.
We missed the drama. We've been missing. There's been a little bit of arm maintenance on this cruise, and now this penetrator in one of the Argus atmospheric cans, which is good. Like it's only 2 bits of maintenance for a cruise, so things are going well. But we have missed out on them both. Kind of showed up at the 11th hour, just help clean up and pack it up. The other watch has been maintenance watch.
Excellent timing on our part, I think.
Yep.
Show up when all the work's done.
Way kicking over.
Yeah, I think experiment over.
Tammy, I still miss the labels.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask, like, was it Josh or Dan that didn't want the labels?
I am.
That was Dan.
Really?
Yep.
I don't have a say.
The labels should clearly be there. They're not for the pilot. They're for people back there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back row misses them too.
See, well then they'll listen to you. Is Cheryl there?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm
Would
here.
you like the labels?
I like the
Well,
labels.
see. Does it help you understand what camera it is?
Yes, it
People
does.
they use
I
the
mean, I
words
can
that
kind
are
of
written
figure
there.
out when you guys are saying, oh, look in this one. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
no.
okay, that must be that
That's
one.
why they were there. Dan seems to think they're there for his use or,
Yeah,
or non-use.
apparently he's also told the other watches they can't change the top 2 monitors.
Oh, this sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
Let's get some labels and some switched out monitors.
Yeah.
What is that yellow stuff? It's like cotton candy.
Whoa.
Yellow cotton candy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that flavor, I guess.
I'd avoid that flavor.
Stick with pink.
Safer.
How deep are we going?
981 meters.
That's right.
Basically 1,000, but a little less.
Ian's back.
I'm back.
There he is.
Sorry, really? Does it sound that bad?
It's pretty mumbly.
I really, I mean, it sounds good to me in my headset, but
Yeah.
I can't take responsibility for sounding mumbled. I'll have to blame it on Tammy because she's the one who ordered these headphones.
The one you have is not the ones we ordered. Those are one of the older ones.
Oh, well, how come I got the old one?
Is that too gainy on
Because
her?
they're more comfortable to wear.
Oh, thank you for caring about my comfort.
I tried to use the spare
Too
one,
gainy.
but
Like
Mike,
too bright on
Mike
the
made me
tether?
change back to
Yeah,
the
he
other
got
It does
smacked
seem
down
sharper,
hard.
but it's only
Yeah.
30% gain. I don't know. I like it.
No love.
Okay.
So it really is the headset, huh?
It's the headset.
Wow. So like Charlie Brown's parents sort of thing, Mike? Oh, last time I had Charlie Brown's parents talk to me, I was running the Boston Marathon. Well, actually, I wasn't running it at the time. I was on the side of the road, passed out with people looking at me like I was something wrong with me, and it
You were
was.
passed out.
Sounds like there was something wrong.
with you.
It's called Heartbreak Hill. It was a heartbreak. But I did get to meet some friendly people at Newton Wellesley Hospital. Okay, here we are,
All right, chugging right along.
chugging right along. 650 meters, 300
You
meters,
know it.
300 meters and a little bit to go. So we're almost down there. Mike, there's nothing to see down here at the bottom? No cables? Except for our
Nothing to
platform.
see.
There's a camera down here. There's a CTD on a monument, very close to the platform, I believe.
Very close to the experiment.
Is the sonar
Yeah.
still there?
Is what still there?
The sonar waypoint on my nav screen, is that still there?
There's a Consberg rotary sonar south of the IP.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're picking something up?
No, no.
No, just our tether,
Oh,
I think.
I hope so.
That's
That's our tether.
It's getting closer. Whatever it is, it's coming closer. Suspense builds.
So the folks on the project for the corrosion experiment wanted to just verify that the CTD and oxygen data is all being logged. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
If it's
I
showing
think
up on
so.
this side dive data, that means it's being logged?
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, all that stuff I believe is logged.
Yeah.
Data engineering is
There's actually two.
Yeah.
logs all of that, I believe.
Yeah.
There's a spare CTD logging as well. There's a backup.
Excellent.
And the folks with the experiment, they're in Ottawa, right? Is that where they are? In Ontario?
Yeah.
Ontario, Canada? It's the capital of Canada, I think.
They are in Ontario. I just looked up.
And the universe.
I didn't know what the MO standard for.
Ontario isn't the capital of anything, right?
Capital of Canada, isn't that Toronto?
Uh,
I think that was,
Ottawa.
I know it's Ottawa. I'm being facetious.
But Facetious.
Facetious, that's the word of today.
Wow.
Unlike yesterday's word of plethora.
Oh,
It meant a lot.
you're polysyllabic.
Oh. Ooh, there's a good one. Yeah, and actually, unfortunately, actually good and bad. The good is it's after 8 in the morning there, so it's a respectable hour to be watching this dive. But I believe they might have been up earlier to watch the originally scheduled time. Great job to the ROV team on turning around or not just turning around, troubleshooting and finding and turning around a ground fault on Argus. Sometimes that can be a bit of a wild goose chase / detective work. But I think Kim and Mike, by the time you guys got on board there on shift, they had already.
Yeah, we just were there for the end of it, but it was pretty much done when we came on.
Dan and Josh and JZ, had discovered the problem, had a spare backup from their spares collection to replace it, and boom, in, and we're back in business. Not much in the way of lost time there, which is always good. There was a question I was going to ask you, Dive Chief, but now I forget what it was.
It might come to you shortly.
I hope so. Oh, I know what it was. So for our next expedition / cruise,
Yes.
as these are called, which starts on Monday, we're going to have a reduced crew, and at some point in time, we might have to dive chief from shore via the intercom. So Tammy's on. Right, Tammy, you're over there?
Yep.
And then you're coming with us on the Tully?
Yep.
That's good to know. And Mike, who's in the ROV pilot seat right now, you're coming on the Tully as well, Mike?
Haven't decided yet.
Jumping ship, changing ships, and going.
Yeah, that's kind of fun, hey?
Yeah. The weekend in port, and then you're back to sea again on Monday. What are we looking at? I guess if we're straight through the intercom, we're talking about a 5-second delay in the satellite transmission directly back to shore. The latency of the satellite, which is why satellites don't work that well for communications networks and stock market trading, et cetera, and all that. I wonder if that would work. Mike, if everything that happened with you got a 5-second delay on it. Plug this in.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because there are some activities that Will and I are both going to have to participate in, which means that if we are diving overnight, somebody's going to have to sleep for a bit, and either Will is going to get burned out really quick because I'm not losing any sleep over. No.
We can just deploy the instruments where we see fit.
I mean, you laugh about that, but at some level, the dive plans are pretty good and they're pretty self-explanatory. And I think the team here on the Nautilus, as well as the team on the Tully, are pretty versed. You're actually, Mike. I think it's fair in saying that some of our newer engineers and techs and on the operation side at ONC haven't been around as long as you have with as much knowledge. Swapping out a CTD, where the monument is.
Sure.
I think he just called you old.
The actual activity of doing it is
Call them experience.
pretty
That's right.
experienced. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need somebody that's not actually operating the vehicles, to just stand back and have a bit of a overwatch.
Right.
We'll try.
Well,
Put our expedition leader hats on for a few hours at a time.
It would be interesting to see, but I think if we have somebody back on shore that's going through the dive plan with you,
Yeah,
it would be a worthwhile.
we did a test run.
As long as it's not Dirk.
June.
Oh, did
Yeah.
Well, I was there on
I don't know
shore
this guy, but I feel
supporting
bad.
all the metadata side. But
Right.
He's all right. He's best kind.
I think we take the next step that, the next step would be that, the dive chiefs are at shore and, the ROV pilots are still on board the ship. And then, we work on that for a year or two. And then we go to the ROV pilots are on shore with the dive chief.
And who fixed the vehicle when it's broken?
Oh, the vehicle never breaks.
Oh.
I mean, that's,
Right. Of course. That
Somebody on shore is controlling a robot
that fixes the vehicle. Who
Right.
fixes the robot when the robot
Nothing's
breaks?
coming in on
Yeah.
that.
There's
So-
another robot
The
for the
robot.
robot.
a robot fixer.
Uh-huh.
Right? That's moving forward.
You may be close to stuff.
So this
Careful.
experiment that we are
Mhm.
blasting down here in what I would describe as a yo-yo dive is a experiment and funded by the Canadian government to look at corrosion of different materials.
I'm going to pull back before we get there anyway.
Okay.
Look at all the jellies.
It's been down here for a little over a year. And I think the PIs back in Ontario will be happy to get this back to analyze and see the results. Just as happy as we are to go down and get it, pick it up and bring it back. It's always better when the people you work with are happy. Right, Mike?
Yeah, sure.
That's why we make sure you
Happiness
always,
helps.
Yeah.
That's why we make sure you always have Dr. Pepper.
I know. Oh, Tammy, I had one of the cherry Dr. Peppers today, by the way. Thank
Oh,
you.
were things getting that desperate?
It was that bad. But it was that good, too. I savored the moment. I was like, oh, 'cause I only have one of those in my fridge.
You only have one left?
Yep.
Well, I got a whole 12.
Nice. We'll save those for the Tully because we're going to need them on the Tully.
There's an awful lot of Mountain Dew on here. I know that.
Oh, you got Mountain Dew on board?
Yeah.
That would be Ed McNichol?
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
No, I think they're actually left from someone else.
No way.
Yeah.
Nobody else drinks that crap. Has to be Ed.
When I lived in Cleveland, I worked with a guy named Andy McDowell. He was the twin. His sister, famous, but Andy himself, nothing. Anyway, he would drink 2 liters of Mountain Dew every day. Like
Oh
one
my
of the
God,
big,
that's so much
Gross.
caffeine.
one of those big 2-liter bottles.
Mm.
Done that and
I
chew.
I just got a headache.
Uh-huh.
He also always had a wad of chew in the back of his mouth when he wasn't drinking Mountain Dew. I think he got weaned off of that by his wife after they got married.
Okay, we're 60 meters off bottom.
Nice. His wedding was in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Beautiful
That's where
state
I
park
went to
there.
school. Slippery Rock.
You did?
Pennsylvania, Yeah.
Wow.
That was my undergrad.
There's a nice state park there too.
McConnell's Mills.
Yeah. It's always funny to hear different funny names and people like, I know where that is. I've been there. Lots to see in Pennsylvania. The
I
Liberty.
did a week-long course at Penn State a few years back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, on sonar.
Kim will stop at about 30 meters
Oh.
altitude.
So, roger that.
Yeah, it's the UNOLS whatever facility is that.
No, I think that's the acoustics that was at Penn State is, oh my gosh, what's his name? He's at UNH now, but he taught it. Oh, I can't think.
Mm.
It's separate from the UMB acoustics course.
Okay. State College. Why couldn't I remember that? Not to be confused in Texas of College Station, which is where Texas A&M is.
Okay, I'll stop there, Kim.
Just kind of smart. If you're going to create a large state university, create it in a place where nothing else is. Cheap land and lots of it.
Kim, because I'm facing the direction we want to go in, I'm just going to back down on Argus and I'll get you to do the turn.
Lots of room for parking for your football stadium.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Huge football stadium in Penn State. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, coming from Canada to go to the U.S., go to a college football game. First time I went, absolutely amazing. Of course, that was at the Swamp, University of Florida, Gainesville.
We do take our football quite seriously.
It's great to be a Florida Gator, I'll tell you. Half the stadium's yelling out blue, and the other half is yelling out orange.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the oxygen concentration is just almost gone here.
Eek.
Sorry, what was that?
The oxygen is just almost gone here.
Oxygen's almost gone.
Yeah.
So, hard to breathe.
2 millimole.
Yeah. I wonder why.
I think maybe that's why they put it here.
Because typically this gets flushed out with tidal, right?
The canyon does? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look up a little bit with the camera.
Ooh.
There you are. Yeah, that's good there. Okay. Come
Altimeter.
down easy, about 5 or 6 meters, and we'll be on the bottom.
Oh, sure. Argus cam there.
Oh, yeah.
Something, something.
Just hold there, Kim.
Holding.
Pretty good slope there, it looks like. Weird. All right, come down a few more meters.
Doesn't really show up in the bathy.
Tammy, can I get full wide on Herc?
There you go. And
All
bottom.
right, just get us to 20-meter delta, Kim. All right, I'll stop. Why is the like it looks like a big slope in Argus sonar, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not slopey. What's
I mean,
going on with that?
it's
Well,
very, very gently slopey.
there is slope nearby. It's sloping up.
I guess, I mean, there is some subtle feature there. That's barely showing up. Might be what you're getting.
Ugh. You're getting good hits on.
What's your, you got 20 meters off the bottom. I'm at 2, so the delta's correct. Might reset this, or is the gain cranked on this or something?
No, not really.
I think, can you reset the sonar software?
So just stop start?
Yeah, stop start and then turn the software off. We can do a white balance while we're waiting for that.
Like a full kill, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dirty down here.
It's not really dirt.
Snow. Okay, Kim, can you get the 7 function started here? Or you're going to have to wait for comms, sorry.
I think we would refer to that more as turbidity.
Turbidity.
Yeah. As I turn to my left and look at our
Let me know when you have comms, Kim.
our resident scientist. Cheryl's too busy
Oh,
Googling.
I'm just trying to figure out what the I can't remember what the
Thumbs up.
oxygen cutoffs are for hypoxia and
Oh,
anoxia.
Okay.
Trying to look that up.
Okay for a reset?
I usually find when
yep.
I can't breathe, that's, my cutoff point. but
Yeah.
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 Yeah, my sisters used to do that
just
when I was a
looking more
kid,
for
put
a
that bag over
number.
my head and hold it on until I passed out.
No.
All right, get that out over the porch. Looking good. Come in a little bit. That's good there. You're doing, Herc. Too far. It's good there. Stop. Stop.
Hold, please.
Okay, zoom in, Tammy.
So for those of you watching in Ontario, this is a white balance. The two little strips you see there are
Going black.
engineered white tape.
And that's a black balance.
Now it's black. The highly specialized, perfectly balanced white to calibrate the high definition camera to get the optimal and correct
That's not very helpful.
colors on the video feed and the recordings, more importantly. It's a company in California that produces these special white tapes, or you can just get them at Canadian Tire
All right.
in the electrical
Hey,
section.
stow it, Cam.
3M.
Same goes for the red, green, and blue, also available at Canadian Tire. Or you can spend thousands of dollars in special powder coat on your robotic arm to make it look really good.
Or even if you get a chart, a little like plastic chart,
Oh
and they
yeah,
expire after so many years, those are pretty pricey too.
we have a couple of those at the Marine Technology Center. We use them
Is that
in
off?
our test tank.
It's off.
Keep telling the guys
We
don't
have
leave them
both
out in the
sonars
sun.
on.
Yeah, you have
Yep.
to.
They
What's that?
beat,
It's the one above default, right?
Yeah, I
It
think
came
so.
up with just one head, so both heads are on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll try again.
Yeah, just try again. It does something different every time.
I would ask if there's anything in the sonar, Mike, but
Working on it.
no problem. We know where we're headed.
North.
Head north.
North.
Yes. Looks like we got 100 plus meters to go. Actually, if you head slightly north, like west, like 340, something like that, eventually you're going to hit our cable.
Port bottle, temperature's down, humidity's down a bit.
Okay.
And ground fault is maxed out at 47.9 meg.
Excellent news.
Guess I should do gauges since we're on the bottom. It's okay
Yeah,
with you?
go ahead, yeah. Oh, see, look, it's completely different. And it makes sense. Like how,
Oh no. I
Oh,
just
God almighty.
Huh. It's like the Chewbacca defense.
They're
Any
going the
chance-
wrong way.
Is there any chance they were mixed up? We were looking at,
that's true, hey? They do look like that, but yeah. It's so strange. I think you're right, but it had the settings from that, you know what I mean? Like that one was at 20 meters per. It
So
was so bizarre. Okay,
are we heading off here?
we're good. Let's do the ship move to the northish.
All right.
Nav, is that target distance you have up there of 100 meters correct, or is it closer?
Where do I have that?
That one little target on your sonar that disappeared.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We're about 50 meters from that sonar, about 60 meters from the IP.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna go just dead north.
Sure.
Bridge nav. We get a 20-meter step due north. Thank you.
Approach from the northwest, if practical. Too late. Instead of approaching from the northwest, we are approaching from the southeast, which leads me to believe exactly opposite of how someone wanted us to approach the site, but I don't know why. Oh well. That's where we're at. Heading for the thruster. You know it. They're heading right for that thruster. They're like, oh, we're going to go. Poor guys.
So the camera is right at the IP?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Looks like I'm seeing some
few
kinda
meters away
hit
from it. What, 5 meters
on,
off?
The mezzo there.
Got a clue.
Got a clue.
10
50
off.
meters dead ahead.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that looks like a good hit.
Way to go, Shaggy. Jinkies.
This might be our last dive for the
Jinkies.
cruise.
No, we're doing one more.
No, we're gonna do
Sad.
Yeah,
it.
we're doing one more. Just you got to get there and pick up this corrosion experiment first.
It's like soupy down here.
It's full of life, Mike.
Yuck.
All kinds of little plankton and
Lifey bits.
all kinds of forams. You never know what you're going to find down here.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
Are the bead bags getting dropped off at the IP?
Yep.
So that goes.
Then the larval
Experiments
drops.
go.
Yeah.
We're laughing.
Say again?
Said we're laughing.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you laughing. You're laughing inside.
Argus
Tears
is
on the outside.
actually there. For the first time.
I
since
cannot
I've been
believe that what's going on with that sonar software. Like, I cannot understand it.
The
It just,
sonar?
no, now it's okay, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
how every time you start it, it just does some random thing.
A mystery.
It's like it's in disco mode or bingo mode or something.
It only does it for you, Mike.
No, it's everybody. I mean,
No, when Dan's dived you, he said he doesn't have that problem.
he does. I know
Dan,
he spent
Dan was
like,
having a good rant about it the other
Yeah.
day too.
Oh, was he?
it's everybody.
Dan's
It's like a wheel of fortune every time you turn it on.
Fun.
No, the Wheel of Fortune's down on the main deck.
Yeah, we really, we
just
totally missed an
Really
opportunity.
should have had that painted up like that.
Yeah, that would have been funny. That would have been funny. And Vanna out there in one of her little nice outfits. You could have played Vanna or Nico in his tube top.
Somebody
me,
get the
me
tube
and
top.
my tube top alone.
We're not judging. There's no judgment here.
Is Argus zoomed in at all? No? Yes, he was. Trick me.
You felt a little closer.
Not getting those nice down-looking images today.
Yeah.
There were some good ones at the whale fall last night. It's
Faster,
very clear.
ship faster. And just heading the 350 on the next step.
Sure.
Is that a halibut or sole? Halibut.
Oh, but
Tastes great.
How do I tell the difference?
I can't tell you.
deep sea.
Halibut's a little stronger
The fin.
flavor.
Yeah, that's true. Halibut's stronger flavor. Agreed.
Usually a deep sea sole will have a little bit more of a bluish color to it.
Ah.
And then right there on the dorsal fin.
Bridge nav.
That's,
Can we have a 20-meter step bearing 350?
Hey, ROV?
Yep,
350.
thank you.
ROV?
Yes, sir.
Any chance the lasers could be turned on?
Yes, sir.
Oh yes, I meant to do that on bottom. Didn't want to hit the fish while they were chasing us.
Thank you. So those lasers have two little green dots showing down there. They are how far apart?
10
One
centimeters.
fundus.
One fundus,
Oh.
which is a oceanographic measurement unit for distance between lasers, which is 10 converts to 10 centimeters.
one width of a New York bagel.
Tim,
What,
can you
really?
get Argus heading on 350,
Oh,
please?
sacrilege! Did you say a New York bagel?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait,
That
you're in
should be
Canada
the
now.
sonar coming up.
Argus heading?
Say,
We're not
Just-
known for our bagels.
350?
a Montreal bagel. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
What are you,
they're
Fairmont
smaller though.
or Saint Viateur?
Wow, look at that. What the hell is that?
What's what?
Was that in the Argus camera, is it like a giant siphonophore or something? Like a rope.
I have friends in New York who specifically request anytime you're coming from Montreal to bring bagels from Montreal.
The clue dead ahead. Who brings you bagels?
Michael Hannaford does, and I'm smiling from ear to ear right now. Like, those are so good. It's like, Mike,
I can't go anymore. It's like ground zero for COVID. I'm staying out of there.
Mike calls me, was that 2 years ago? Calls me from Montreal and says, hey, I'm in Montreal. I'll be getting into Vancouver or Victoria tomorrow. And it was Orthodox or Hasidic. And I'm like, well, Orthodox, of course, which means Fairmont versus Saint Viateur. That's you go there, you go to Fairmont Bagel. I don't care what time you go. There's always a lineup, and they never close. They're open 24/7.
No, you can show up drunk at 3 a.m. and get a bagel.
Oh, right out of the oven.
I've
Hot.
never done that or anything.
How do you know they're open?
Melt in your mouth. They are the best.
Sounds like you're throwing an international bagel challenge out
Oh
there.
no, there's no challenge. Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
Montreal bagels,
That sounds like a challenge.
the best.
I kind of agree. I like Montreal.
So those of you coming out of University of Rhode Island and if anybody's at the Inner Space Center watching there, Bob Sands, who's the director of IT on campus at the Bay campus for the Graduate School of Oceanography. Anytime I went up to Montreal, Bob would be like, you're bringing bagels back for me, right? I was like, absolutely.
Man, this thing's 10 meters on, just starting to see something, I think.
You know, you can actually get genuine, bona fide, boiled and baked real bagels from Salt Spring.
Oh yeah, I can see it there.
Yeah.
It's the wire.
Caution for sonar to your left. Or is that the sonar? No, that's
So
the CTD.
IP is going to be another 7 to 10 meters up from there.
All right, I'd say we could leave the bead
Bags,
bags
yeah.
here.
Bags, good place to drop some bags.
Right here?
Sure,
Yes,
why not?
please.
Okay,
Not too
we're
close.
on the DVL now, right, Aaron?
We are, yes.
You might make a little bit of a poof, so
Yeah.
try
so
to
I
let
want
them down
do
a
it
little
way,
slowly.
way back.
Slowly.
Yep.
Easily.
I'll just get the arm out and I'll just lay him
be
down there
quiet now.
nicely.
Too far. Didn't want to go all the way.
All right. All right, Kim, can you release them when I get them on the ground there?
Yes.
Oh, his shoulders. Oh, you're doing that, right? Okay. Get out of there, mango, sorry.
So those bags, if anybody's wondering, are filled with glass beads, very fine glass beads that are actually used in the oil industry for lubricant and the drill string.
We use them to cover
And, yeah,
seismic
we
devices.
use them predominantly for our seismometers to when we bury them in caissons in the seabed as the media around inside the caisson to provide a good solid bond between the instrument.
All right, stow
and
that puppy.
All right, we'll be heading to the camera now, which is about 10 meters 270 degrees from the IP.
Turn left.
Turn left.
Okay. Second, I gotta get my very light all of a sudden.
You got lighter. Are you too light?
No.
Have you lost weight?
Yeah. It's hard to lose weight on board here.
Oh, food's too good.
Eat. Lots of good food.
When you're sleeping through all the meals, it's
Yeah.
too hard.
No, that's true. Nico's been on night shift, so he's coming on a day shift today, though.
Who, me? Who's on night shift?
Target-wise, we're quite...
Would you say 270 bearing?
Yeah.
Oh no, what am I doing?
Straight ahead.
So this is one of our
Be passing by the CTD monument there.
newer platforms that we've put all plugs on. These platforms used to be all independently hardwired to the platform, so when you had to recover the platform or one of the instruments, everything had to come up. But now,
Unfortunately, the ADCP is still...
no, we chose to keep the ADCP wired in there on purpose because it's so big
Want to give us a
and
move?
so heavy.
Yeah, do you want it 270?
It just
Yeah, 270. What are they
it's the
saying?
easiest
10
way to
meters?
recover it.
Yeah, I
Was
think I'm going to
just
try
unplug
5
everything
first,
and
because I think
latch
you should
in
be
and
close.
The ADCPs
okay, yeah.
should run and
Bridge enough.
Years and
5,
years.
7 years, no problem.
We have a 5-meter step bearing 270.
That one we recovered from Cascadia.
Could we get the camera turned on?
Did we get it turned on?
Yeah, maybe we turn the camera on. Do a selfie, get some lights.
That would be a shore request.
Well, it doesn't need to be systems, though.
Fabio should be watching, is that
Oh.
correct, Cheryl?
He is not on side chat at the moment.
Oh, too bad. Because they could turn on the camera and pop some lights. So if anybody
green-
back at
The
Queenswood
faraway
is there
green cable is going to it, I guess?
Yes, it
and
is.
has the ability to get in to turn on the camera, we could have some lights that would assist in our deployment of the larval tubes a little bit. And plus it looks really cool when you're in the ROV and you see something else there with their lights on. Oh, what am I saying? We can't turn the lights on. Forget about that.
Oh,
That's
right.
it?
Right.
Of course. We are at Barclay.
We're
where
at Barclay.
Power is down.
And
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Got to pay the bill.
I can't believe I forgot that. We didn't pay the bill. That's on our list of things to fix that we didn't get done on this trip, but hopefully we'll do next week with the Tully and
Bridge
the
nav.
cable ship. That's called a senior moment, Nico. Yeah.
I have another 5-meter step, same bearing.
So, Mike, we're going to want to put these larval tube traps down about 5 meters away from the camera so they're able to tilt up and look at them. So it looks like the camera is
Tilted down right now, but not
tilted
fully.
down,
not
but
fully.
so you back up a few more meters from here.
Roger.
That will be a good
Oh,
spot.
I think
I
that's
think I
too
need
much.
a different Argus move.
Yeah, bridge hold position.
Squared away. Nope, you're going too far over, Mike. The center of the camera is between those two legs.
Yeah, no, I'm just pulling on my tether here.
Oh no, or is it?
Looks like it's right down here, like where I
Yeah.
am now,
Or is
right?
it looking the other way?
Yeah. Typically the back leg would be facing the platform. So we usually set it up.
Kind of settling in on top. Do you want it over west more?
But I don't think this is how that's set
Yeah,
up.
270.
yeah, 5
five.
more meters.
No. Lights are
Bridge
looking
nav.
that way, so.
This is the way it's pointed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pointing towards you.
Yeah.
5-meter step bearing 270, please.
Can you tell me when I'm 5 meters off this platform using that Tritech sonar, please?
Normally, this is the back leg going to the platform,
Yeah.
and then the
The gain
the
seems
two
like
front legs would
jammed
be
on
one,
that. What's
two.
going on?
Yeah, it almost looks like this leg would be in the field of view.
Yeah, I mean, it'll do like 300 degrees,
That's
right?
it.
Around and round. But, yeah, I mean, you can see it from there. You can tilt it up. But, yeah,
This might pull us
but
in,
normally,
like, right
as I
on
said, that's
top.
the back leg.
Is that
And
we're a little closer
that's
than
the
5 now?
typical way that it'd be looking.
B5
Yeah,
here.
as long as we're.
I
Yeah.
see.
Okay, you're on it.
All right, this is 5 meters, folks.
Cool.
Okay. Let's deploy the larval traps.
Did you want to do the Niskins first, though?
No, that's for the corrosion
that's for the
experiment.
corrosion
Okay.
experiment.
Thanks
See,
for looking out, but yeah, that's just before we put the big
and the cross piece
thing on the board.
is there, which is the where the this camera has it. That originally, right there, there's a that would stab into the platform for recovery.
Oh, yes.
The old arms with the little rings on the end of them.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh, yes, I see them. Pretty much directly in line with them.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. That's, yes, back leg.
Yeah.
Sample.
So in the starboard bio box, we have 2 larval tube experiments.
Which you just got the
I just
the
got the
lowdown on.
quick tutorial in. Cheryl, you want to tell us about what they are? Because I forgot already.
It's just to collect the larvae as they settle down. And so there's 2 different chemical solutions in them to preserve them.
Okay, box out, sir.
I think molecular work and then also structure.
Not all the way, just enough for me to get these things out.
So the larvals just
They just settle down in and
settle in. They
make
just,
it down to the bottom of the tube and wait to be picked up. And
so they're just falling in the water column, basically?
Yep.
And they're alive before they hit the solution, but does the solution stay there?
presumably, yeah.
So is it solution heavier density than the...
Yeah, it's a saturated salt solution.
Okay,
So,
so it
it'll
will
stay
stay
in the tubes.
tube.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how are they recovered that we're going to be able to not disturb everything when they get recovered? Are there...
The tubes are deep enough and sort of have a couple little...
Yeah, they have the funnel pieces.
Yeah, they have
in
2
between.
little funnel spots in, so it kind of
Okay.
keeps them in. I think when you bring it back up, it would keep everything from sloshing around too much.
And how long are these staying down for?
I would assume until next year.
Oh, for a year. And
Yeah.
whose experiment is this?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mine now.
I can tell you that. Yours now. Okay, you have to analyze them though. You got to count all the little critters.
Okay, all right, I don't want to.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, right?
I thought it was 3/5.
How did the caps come off?
There's a little rubber hat over the top that's held on with a bungee and a little magnesium fuse. And sitting out here, the magnesium will dissolve and pop those little rubber tops off. So it's a very clever way to keep it covered until we get out of here and quit stirring up the muck. And then maybe in 12 hours or so, that'll have dissolved and they'll be open to collect the sample. It's actually a really clever design.
So do the bungees just fall to the seafloor?
No, they're attached with a little piece of fishing line.
Oh, okay.
Nope, leaving no garbage behind.
Wait a minute, I didn't see the fishing line in my tutorial.
It's how the little elastics with the fuse are attached. They're just
Oh.
tied around
Okay,
the horizontal arms there.
gotcha.
So is there a calibrated known time that it takes for these things to dissolve?
Sorry, what was that, Kim?
Calibrated known time?
Well,
Yeah, on the first dive.
the first dive was so long and we took way too long to get to the spot. We didn't realize they would dissolve that quickly, and by the time we got to our deployment site, the fuse had dissolved.
That was the main Endeavor one,
Yeah.
where we probably deployed them about 30 hours
Yeah.
into the dive.
Yeah, we
Right.
didn't realize that it dissolved quite that quickly.
Back
Ooh.
in the day, we would sometimes use salt rings.
I thought Mike
Oh,
was
yeah.
putting them down and then he stopped. And this is number 13 written on the side of it,
Yeah. So.
just because this is dive 13?
Well, no, we're putting them out in pairs. So this
Pair.
is 13 and 14.
Oh, 13 and 14.
Yeah. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll get 15 and 16 out at the dive right after this.
I hope so too.
The goal was to get all 18 out, but we didn't quite make it.
18.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to the last 4?
Well, 2 on the next dive, and then I think the final 2 you might be doing on the Tully.
Oh, right. That's what I got the tutorial
That's
for.
why you got the tutorial.
I knew there was a reason why you were telling me about it.
I can't actually see who these are for at the moment.
So Mike's going to put this other one down on the bottom, and then what are we doing there, Chief?
Then we are heading over to the corrosion experiment.
This is what you viewers have been waiting for. The moment is getting close.
I would like to snap a photo once we get them placed too before we fly away, if you don't mind.
Photo up of the, with the camera in the background?
Yes, please.
Nice.
Sure
Give it
thing.
some depth and feature. Coming right up next, photo op of the larval tube samples.
And box in, Kim.
Yeah, these are Craig Young's from University of Oregon.
Craig Young, University of where?
Oregon.
Oregon.
And Mike, if you could place these
He's
at least
American.
a meter apart from each other.
Oh, yeah.
And your viewers at home, the big show, the corrosion experiments, coming right up after a few messages from our sponsors.
Who would those be?
Our sponsors?
Yes.
The Canadian Foundation for Innovation.
Of course, right. I thought you were going to say like Pepsi.
The
Or
Department of Fisheries.
Sorry, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Department of Fisheries and
Got a lovely
Oceans.
plug for Dr. Pepper.
The Province of British Columbia.
Nice.
The Natural Resources Canada.
So can you guys still see the one under the porch there?
I can see
The one I've already laid down?
Yeah.
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 You think this is good here, about a meter?
Yes, it
you
is.
said a
Yeah,
meter.
good.
All right. Kim, can you frame that for me?
Yep. So our big sponsors being the federal government of Canada.
Now, if you could back up a little just so Cheryl can get a nice snapshot.
Yeah, just a second. Show me the arm, Kim.
But I should throw in that we are always open to getting new sponsors. So should you be a multi-million billionaire, whatever, if you have extra money, you want to donate towards the cause, Ocean Networks Canada will be happy to, well, depending on who you are and where you're from, take your money. That's a good shot.
Yeah. Snap a few there. Okay, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Got some screen grabs?
Get one
Grab.
flyby jelly from the screen.
Ahead. Go get to the platform.
Yes,
Now where are
it
we
should
going?
be right by that CTD monument that we already passed by.
Okay.
Follow the cable back to the...
Guess I can't even see that anymore.
Yeah, so
Yeah. And it's just after 9 on the East Coast, 6 a.m. here on the West Coast, British Columbia. In case you didn't know, there's a 3-hour time difference between the two. I wanted to get that top hat back. We left that on there because it made it lighter to move around with an ROV, but it's on a release. And it looks like it's on a Wally float as well. It's a Wally float on the end of that, isn't it?
looks like it.
Yeah, just to keep the leash out of the
Bring
way
it
of the
back
camera.
east.
Mm-hmm.
090.
There's the monument.
Or wait.
They should be to the left of the monument.
To the left.
The left.
I don't think we need a...
Nice field for
There,
a box.
dead
I
ahead.
think I see it there.
Dead ahead. No, that's it right there.
Oh,
no?
right under the... Yeah, I got
No,
it.
no.
No? Oh, no,
It's
you're
right
right.
here.
You're right. He is in right in front.
Yeah, I see
That was
it.
the platform. I was looking at the connector panel. Look, and there's a perfect place to
So,
land right on
You
top
want to
of
do
that.
Niskins first?
Yes, we'll do all 6 Niskins.
Right here? Or
Yeah,
you-
we're going to get some shots and
Reginald.
Now, is that a sablefish?
We have
Or
a
black
5 meter step bearing 090.
You want
Looks
some
like
shots of this as it lays here?
Yeah.
Sam?
Yes. I think
Yep,
Cheryl
yep,
is taking
I'm
some shots
snapping them.
now. It's quite filled with sediment.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
Yep.
All right, Mike, and you can take your Niskin samples now.
Okay. And then what about the cores?
We'll do the cores after.
You want any zooms on that?
Yeah, I assume we'll have to get in there to pick it up. So
Yeah, good point.
We're gonna make a mess when we're trying to get it on the porch and stuff.
then
If you want
maybe
some video
zooms would be
zooms,
good. Yeah,
let's
please.
do them from here. Let me get down there a little bit, Tammy. It's not gonna be a tidy operation.
Kim, do you have any room to turn heading a little bit?
Okay, Tammy, zoom in there.
Do we want to open caption for a second?
They are open.
Oh, sorry, close.
You want them closed?
Yeah, just for like 30 seconds.
Sure.
Wow, what a mess.
A mess.
Wow, did that ever fill up with sediment?
Yeah.
It's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, like, yeah, we can do the cores after. It would be tidier to do all that science stuff first.
You're going to be heavy by the looks of all the sediment that's in there, Mike.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, who needs cores when you got that?
Not really. Okay, I think I've got
So,
some
Tammy, you
good
can
photos.
reopen the closed caption.
Are we good on the zooms?
Yep.
All right, full wide, please.
Unclosed.
Or, sorry, it's unclose the caption, is that it?
I don't know.
It's open.
Open.
To be able-
Open
Open the
caption.
closed.
Open the closed
Very
caption.
confusing.
Very confusing, but anyway.
And do we have a good position logged for this as well?
Just drop in a position now.
It's right next to the CTD.
Yes, well, the people who have this experiment would like us to know the position.
There's a halibut just to the left of it.
Can you just zoom in again, Tammy? I want to see what's going on with the bridle and the lid.
Sure.
Am I going to be able to close that such as it is? Yeah, okay. All right, full wide.
It's going to be a slow recovery if that's heavy, heavy.
Yes, it's 20 kilograms. That's without the sediment.
Good current down here now.
Yeah, outgoing tide.
If we're going to make a big poof, it might be beneficial to pop those Niskins just hovering.
Yeah,
too,
we're
before we
I'm
sit down.
doing it right
Okay,
now, yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Yup.
How's the O2 look over there?
Well, I think we've reached the limit of the instrument. It
Oh,
hasn't
really?
gone below 2 millimoles per
Oh,
liter.
so it's very, very low oxygen
Yeah.
count, it appears.
Yeah.
At this moment in time.
At least it's as low as the sensor can read. Oh, that's lovely color coding.
Hmm?
Lovely color coding.
Color coded.
Very nice.
Eh. There you go.
Those of you watching at home.